Hola, mi amigo de Mexico. Estoy muy bien. Okay, I'm going to answer this question from one of my YouTube friends in Mexico. He's asking about the word in Tagalog, you, which means ikaw, or ka. Okay. When we use the word ikaw, that is if the the person itself is the subject of the sentence. For example, I'll say, you are beautiful. That's you is the subject in that. So I say, ikaw ay maganda. So you is the focus of the sentence. But if it's not you that became the focus of the sentence, so it changed into ka. For example, your questions about this one. If you could see it, sino ka? Sino ka, or who are you? So the focus here is the question who. Who. It's not about you, but it's about who. So who are you? So as you can see, from ikaw, it became ka. In this one, this is a command. Hintay ka. You wait. According to what you wrote. This is a command. You wait. Hintay ka. Hintay ka. Yeah. Or if I'm going to write it, if I'm going to say the right sentence, it's going to be maghintay ka. This is where this sentence came from, maghintay ka. But if you want to like quick command, hintay ka, you wait. Yeah. Hintay means wait, and then ka means you. So, yeah. Again, another. Also with nasaan ka. Nasaan ka. So the question or the focus of the sentence is where are you? So where? It's not about you, but it's about where you are. Okay? And this last sentence you wrote, wag kang mag-alala. Wag kang mag-alala. Don't worry. So sometimes we have this habit in Tagalog. If we shorten words. So originally, if I'm going to write it, it's going to be wag ka nang mag-alala. Wag ka nang mag-alala if it's the whole sentence. Instead of saying this, wag ka nang mag-alala, but I want to make it short. So instead of separating these two, wag ka nang mag-alala. Normally, the whole sentence, we will say wag ka nang mag-alala, but we want to make it short and fast and quick. So we had a tendency to write wag kang mag-alala. So instead of saying wag ka nang mag-alala, because it's like how many syllabication. So instead of doing that, we just shorten it with wag kang mag-alala. If it's, for example, if it's, we also have a habit in Tagalog of once it's consonant, we pair it up with the syllable. It made it easier for us to pronounce the words if it's paired like that. That's why instead of wag ka nang, but yeah, that's the explanation about wag kang mag-alala. Instead of saying wag ka nang mag-alala, we shorten it with wag kang mag-alala, but it's still the same. So you is just ikaw, and then the other, if we make it in the sentence, we don't use ikaw unless you are the subject of the sentence. For example, as what I said earlier, ikaw ay maganda. But if the sentence, or if that sentence is the focus is you, if for example I say the other way around, we could also say maganda ka. So that means the focus is beautiful. beautiful you, or some, yeah, it's like that. You're beautiful. It's still the same meaning. You're beautiful, but the focus on that sentence is that beautiful, not about you, but it's about the word beautiful. So that's the difference between ikaw and ka. And you also wrote about the last sentence about pakiluto mo ito. So please cook this. Would you please cook this? So that's the, with the mo, that's another explanation. I'll make another video about the difference about ang pronouns. We have ang pronouns. We have different kind of pronouns. Ang and the nang pronouns. So I will explain that further on the next video. But for now, I hope I answer your questions or your question about ikaw and ka. So feel free to write your questions here, and I will answer it as long as I got a time. So, ciao. Have a good day. Bye.